Hi guys, welcome to Dancing Water. I'm Susan. Happy Saturday, and there's your Dancing Water daily practice is an Ajna practice. Ajna is a Sanskrit word that means inner knowing. And so on Saturdays, the daily practice is one that is self-guided. And today I'd like to do something um, that invites movement on the floor. And this is really important in that American culture tends to, as adults, we do not spend time on the floor. And this gives the body tremendous benefit. Joints, bones, this is great for bone health, especially as we age, and giving the bones some load, letting the muscles orient on the floor is really powerful. And it also really supports the nervous system. And so, especially if you're feeling jangled or rattled on an emotional or a mental level, the movements that I'm going to offer here are ones that are very supportive. So what I'm going to show you, I'm going to just demonstrate the 5 stages of self-healing, which is something that I learned through my NIA training. And I will also, at the Focus Pocus Now blog, I will also post another video of these poses or these movements being demonstrated. These are things that you can do for any amount of time. And I sometimes go through all 5 of them, just 10 seconds each, or I can spend minutes or longer in each one. But I'm just going to demonstrate for a minute or so and give you some touch points so you can experiment with yourself for yourself. I'm doing this on a hardwood floor. There are benefits to doing it on a hard a wood floor. There are also benefits to doing it on carpet. If you had knee pads, I sometimes use them. I don't have them. Sometimes I take a yoga mat or a towel or something under my knees when we get there. So do what feels really good to your body, as always. So developmental movement are movements. These are 5 movements that, in principle, everybody went through as a child. And it's very likely and very common that we skipped stages as we were growing up, or that we didn't spend as long as our bodies needed in a particular stage. And the thing that's so cool about going back even as an adult to do them is that that you can sort of do them over, and your body and your nervous system receives the benefit. So we'll start with the beginning. The first stage, take yourself onto the floor, and the first stage is called embryonic. From an evolutionary standpoint, you could imagine your body like a fish in water, or from a human standpoint, imagine your body floating in amniotic fluid, right? So just feeling your body float. And here, the invitation is just to pretend that there's no gravity, and so that there's this possibility of letting all sides of your body be down or up. And this isn't about stretching or exercising. None of these stages is about that. It's rather just letting yourself organize in alignment with these stages, these 5 stages. So embryonic is sort of, I tend to think of it like a jellyfish, just moving without really much form. And depending on what's happening in my body, I might linger someplace. So my shoulder feels a little sore today, and so this just feels good to rest on it a little bit. So go for something that feels good, and you can let parts of your body float and stretch up, or just let the parts just puddle down. That's embryonic. Yeah. And then from embryonic, we move to creeping, which is taking your body belly side down onto the floor and resting on your forearms. So in the human body, what's happening is we're getting some lumbar curve, some low back curve. And notice that I have one elbow that's close to the knee and the other elbow is away. So this leg is long. And if this feels too much for your spine, you can let your shoulders come down and you'll get less of a curve through your spine. And first just experiment with shifting sides, letting one elbow come close to the knee and the other expand. Sort of think about this like Spider-Man or a lizard, going side to side. And notice the sensation on your inner thigh. So letting the inside of your knee slide along the floor. And then if you like, you can do some pulling movements, some pulling along the floor. This is one of the places where a hardwood floor is nice because it gives your body the chance to slide. It's a little more challenging. And you can do it backwards too. I kind of like to do it backwards. Yeah, that's creeping. The lizard. Nice. Then pushing up into all fours or crawling. So here is where carpeted floor could be nice. If you have sensitive knees, you may want to put some padding underneath. I'm going to show you a couple of things. One is that at least for part of this, I invite you to release your toenails to the floor and get a little stretch through the front of your ankle. Right? For most of us, we spend most of our time with our foot flexed, and this is really beneficial to the joints in your feet and lower legs. Then just notice my tail and my head are lifting and my belly is dropping. Shoulders are coming up and elbows are soft. So crawling, this is something we're sort of familiar with, as any toddler has done some crawling. Evolutionarily speaking, you could think of this as the bear with big, heavy paws. So you can take your body, move it through the space, and check out your eyes. Make sure that your eyes are looking around the space. So this is what babies do. Babies are orienting. They're curious about the space around them. Adults tend to want to let their heads hang down. If this is too much on your knees, you're welcome to come onto your toes and let your knees be off the floor. This is takes a little more core strength and a little more arm strength, but it does spare your knees. And just breathe here. And if you're off of your knees, before you transition, come back, letting your shins relax and just give it a little stretch again. You might look over your shoulder and give your side body a little stretch too. Good, that's crawling. And then we're going to shift to, by tucking the toes under again, shift your body weight back. We're taking this into standing or monkey. So this can be a challenge. This is probably the most challenging stage for most adults because in our culture, we do not do this. So let me just show you what it looks like. Standing is a squat with the heels down and your spine upright. I'll show you from the side. So feeling this upright. So notice that the orientation of my spine has gone from down to up. Now, if this isn't possible in your body right now, one variation is to lift a heel and just shift a little bit back and forth. or to take your weight a little bit forward onto your hands rather than here. Another possibility is to do this against a wall so that you can lean against the wall and just let yourself feel whatever feels best for your body. All right, you can stop anywhere along there. You can be on your tailbone or on your sits bones, or you can be on your feet here. Another possibility is if you have a windowsill or a railing, you can hold on to something and then kind of lean back. But whatever you choose, this is so, so important for your hip joints. And in some cultures, in China, this is very common that this is the position that you would eat a meal or have a conversation. And so I really invite you to slowly, in your own time, not rushing, but take your time and find time to experiment with this really essential and important stage. So, and just as something to play with, you can shift your weight, you can look up, release your hands so that just your legs, and if you like, you can also play with walking in this posture. So feeling the possibility of shifting your body weight and walking. Yeah. And that is the next one. The last stage is walking. So from standing, looking up, pushing your feet down, and rising. And begin by walking on the balls of your feet and dropping your hands, lifting the crown of your head, and then softening and relaxing, letting your feet just walk in space. Whew. So you don't have to do spend that much time. Just in that amount of time, I can feel my nervous system is settling down. This is something that I do if I'm having trouble sleeping. It's something I do if I have discomfort in my body, particularly in my spine or my shoulders or my hips. Because all of these movements are your birthright. They are the natural way that your body organizes itself as it learns to move in space. So these are really powerful. They're also wonderful to do with children, especially when you're looking for something to help them focus and bring attention. They love to play with the animals. So jellyfish or fish, lizard, bear, monkey, and then person, right? So I invite you to play with this in your own way. And it's not necessary, really, to go through the 5 stages. As I said, your body really benefits from spending time on the floor. So maybe watching TV on the floor, just letting your body have weight distributed into different parts. It's hugely healing. So happy Ajna practice this Saturday. And I hope this is of help, and I would love to hear about your experience. Thank you for being here for your Dancing Water daily practice. Don't forget, subscribe below, like, and leave a comment. If these practices are helpful to you, I hope you will consider making a donation. Also, the link is below, and that will help me continue to create these practices for you. And if that isn't possible, I totally get it, but I would love it if you would share anything, share the YouTube channel, share the Focus Pocus Now blog. Thank you so much for being part of this. Let me know how I can be of help. My name is Susan. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.